In this episode, Quinton continues to work on fabrication. He makes some templates and cuts aluminum, he welds in some tight spaces, and the boat starts getting put back together, slowly. It's a process, and each step comes with decisions and new challenges.
Okay, so the way I decided to do this wall is to make a cardboard template. I got a laser on the center rib, right at the middle of the boat, and then I'm going to measure off of that laser line up the side. Alright, so this is my center line of the cardboard, which is the same as the center line as the boat. And then I'm measuring off of the center point. Alright, so this is the template marked out. Hopefully it's close. Alright, let's go and see how it fits. So far it might work. Alright, just a couple more notches there. And on the other side. Right here we need to do. Alright, well let's see if that fits. And if it doesn't, it's not a $400 sheet of aluminum, so that'll be alright. Well, we need to make some adjustments, but this is why we do this. Let's see if it's third time's a charm. Or if I just keep cutting until there's no cardboard left. Yeah, we're going a little astray here, but this will work, I think. Okay, so it looks pretty good, other than the areas I gotta add. But well, the accuracy of lasers did not seem to help me out too much on the side angles, because I need to add quite a lot when I transfer to the aluminum. But can do that. Alright, I wrote a book over there on where to add, and then I'll do that over here. There, second chapter. It's riveting reading, I'm sure. I think those are all the adjustments. Well, there's nothing left to do but to start cutting $100 bills up. Sorry about that, I forgot to turn the camera on and did the first cut. Alright, well this little 4.5-inch carbide tip saw blade has been the most handy thing I've had. As far as fabrication goes, it just zips through aluminum nice and nimble. It is a little sketchy because it can catch. I have found out some of the better ways to hold it, which makes it a little safer, but you can't always hold it that way when you need to make a cut. So I love it, but it's a little scary. It is a very nice tool, but it is something to take very seriously and watch carefully. So that's our piece. Oh, I hope I don't have to take this in and out too many times. Oh boy. top first, which is going to be a struggle. Yeah, I think that's the only way it's going to go in. Alright, this is the last time. Dangerous to say that. It needs more. Always more. Oh, it's tiring. Yeah, I think that's good all around. Well, I got it tacked in. Accidentally forgot to record again. Seems to be the theme of the day. Yeah, it all fit as we saw, and tacked it in with the spool gun. I'm going to try to TIG it, see how I can get it, because it's nice straight stretches, it's all nice and clean. See if I can make that work. Just keep going at it. TIG gun is a bit smaller too, because it's right up against the top. I can't really get the spool gun up there. Well, I'll admit that this front plate has been enough of a struggle to weld in that I have forgotten to record a bunch of it. Just trying to keep it clean and trying to get my settings, and then I realized I ran out of gas. So that was a problem. Well, that was one of my better welds. Slowly getting better at it. It's one of those things you just want to be good at right away, because it just goes so much faster when it's working out, when all the settings are right. Well, here it is. It's set on the top, but it is a nice weld. It needs to be cleaned up, and it's pretty solid looking. So now this will be the new hatch. I might increase it forward a bit, or we might leave it like that. We'll have to see what the consensus is. And then there's a little access port there to get into that lower front. There's a plate that we'll put over that'll be removable. And this will be our winch locker. And this part here will get closed over.
Okay, Quinton, I'm ready to be amazed. Show me the wall. There's a lot of shavings in here.
Yeah, there is. They get everywhere.
Feels smaller in here than expected.
Since the wall's back in?
Since the wall's back in. But it looks really good. I like it.
It's big in here. Come on.
So,
There's not really...
inspecting your welds.
They're not the prettiest thing,
They
but
look
they're
good.
solid. They're solid.
You should be prouder of them. They're solid. How do you know they're solid?
Well, they look like they bonded well.
Looks good.
They're a little bit lumpy, but...
They don't look that different from like the original welds on here. So
I think we'll attach this angle down here so that we can attach the floor to that. And then maybe I'll just run 2 more in the middle. One here. So that, and then we spray foam underneath there. Spray foam up to the top of this, just to seal it so it's not damp. And that's the plan for the floor. So that's the progress down here. So then I want to talk to you about closing in the top,
Right.
and then the winch.
Yeah.
Drum winch that we...
well, it's exciting to see some progress.
Things are going back together rather than just
I
cutting
know.
stuff off.
It's already happening.
So many shavings.
So-
Your little quick entry hatch here.
This will get closed up to here with a piece of plate, and then this will be our new hatch.
Right.
So we discussed it staying this size. We discussed potentially moving it forward and then just
Yep.
shifting the lid.
It's a good size.
It is a good
I
size.
thought it was gonna be smaller.
I know, I think it's good enough. Right, I'm just gonna cut out this front section. Get ready to make this patch for the front. Back with the earplugs. So, been looking into how the anchor system will work. Just kind of mocked it up here. This is how I see it. I sent an email to the distributor to see if he knows how to set this whole thing up. Because you need to be able to let the chain move from side to side on the drum, right?
Yeah.
So if that point is too close to this point, it'll want to stay straight all the time, I would think. I figured if we put a wide roller, the whole width of the slot, right in front of it, and it might have to be pretty tall. We kind of want this winch at a bit of an angle so that it wants to slide off.
Yep.
And if I lift it about it already wants to go.
Yeah.
Big roller here. And then this slot, which can have like rubber on the edge of it so that it kind of closes. Then that roller actually have to overhang the slot a bit so that the chain doesn't hit this edge.
Right.
And there's lots of room for it.
Yeah. And there's lots of room for stuff in there.
Yeah, like traps, crab traps, and prawn traps, and extra ropes, and extra anchor. Bring your extra anchor. And
Full of salt
all your treasures?
Ooh, my treasures.
Yeah.
My driftwood and rocks.
So I think we
Holy
don't move.
dimensions.
We don't move this forward because we kind of need this room.
Okay. Well, that makes that easier then. Right?
Yeah, I think this is big enough. You think so too? My feeling is it is.
I think so.
Right. So I'll cut this piece. And then we'll get that filled in. Right. I've got our template for this patch we're going to do here. Right, I'll do some grinding and cut out our chunk. That grinding wheel has ground its last grind. Close, and it's just a little bit big, which is always the side I try to err on. I'll just do a little grinding and we'll get it in there. I think that's good. That'll do it. Alright, something I just remembered I needed to do is weld across the bottom of the wall where it joins up to the new, where it stepped up. Need to weld those two strips. Just forced it forward a little bit from this side, is just to close that gap a little bit tighter. Seems to be sitting well. So I'll just clean that up and lay a bead across there, and then I need to add this ledge for that access door to sit on across the front as well. And that'll be the next thing after I weld those. So we're ready here. We're in a very tight space. I got a fan running just to pull a little bit of air out of here. Hopefully it's not too much to disturb our shielding gas too much. But I also need to breathe, so see how this works. We're set up and clean and ready to go. Not much wire left on the spool though, so we'll see if I remember to change that before it runs out. Alright, so the next piece I want to weld on is this little strip of little hatch. Cut this off the old one. Got everything cleaned up and I'll weld that in. So tight. Alright, I'm happy with that. I realize I've made this hatch quite small, but our plan is that if we do need to get in there, we will cut this larger this way and increase it this side to this side. I don't see any reason for us to have to get in there other than just visually inspect, make sure it's not getting water in it. So, and we can suck out water with a shop vac if we need to get in there, or if we need to do that. So I think it's fine being that small, and just cut a chunk off the old hatch and we'll re-screw it down and glue it down, I guess it was. We don't want water to get from this area down into there. So yeah, move on to the next thing. Got a new brand of flapper wheel here, platinum brand, 5-inch aluminum, made in Canada. See how it lasts. The other one was pretty good, but they're both like $10 each, so they're not cheap. This fits in here. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, piece is ready. I beveled this edge so that the bead will lay down in there a little bit better, so it's not quite so pronounced. Hopefully that'll help. And just get after it. Hopefully this is a nice weld, because it's probably the most visible one I've done yet. So we'll see how this goes. Looks pretty good. Well, that took way too long, but I'm happy with it. Stuff to do across the front. This. Across the front. Boy, these welds here just laid right in there. I cut a little V groove and it just laid in beautifully. Preparation is definitely most of the work. I'm pretty happy. Alright, the next thing I'm gonna cut is the door for the hatch down there. I have the old one here. Just gonna cut a piece off and we'll slip that in place. Should be pretty quick. Looks pretty good. It's like in this corner I need to do a little bit of clearancing. There. Perfect. Another job done.